guys. So today, episode 2, wanted to share with you. Hopefully, this helps and give you what I think are the 3 biggest reasons you're not achieving your goals in the gym. And once I got these 3 down, is when everything took off for me: bodybuilding, the business, everything. So, after 8 years of training, all walks of life, these were the 3 main areas that I come across on a daily basis with my clients. First is not having a plan. I know that sounds basic, but it is so by and far the number one area I get when I sit down to do their consultation. Okay, what are you seeing me for? What do you want to do? Get in shape. As we talk about goals, that is extremely vague. Getting in shape to me could be entirely different from getting in shape for somebody else. So, by having a plan, we'll just go ahead and start with most of my clients are athletes or bodybuilders. So, their plan is usually a lot of times to build muscle. There is a way of training to build muscle versus a way of training to build strength and so forth. So I'm going to start with that. And this is all just an example of having a plan. Now, if your plan is weight loss or something like that, your plan would look different from that. But again, there will be scientific study to show this stuff. But this would be an example of, okay, the client sits down, my plan is to build muscle. Okay, good. They got step 1, they've got a plan. Now let's dig a little deeper and see what that will look like into a workout. Now, I did a lot on this specific example just because it's a easy to understand example of so many of my clients. I will say, okay, so your goal is to build muscle, explain to them what hypertrophy means and the duration and all that. I'll say, are you currently on a routine? They show me what they're on, and it is like a strength building routine. And they'll say, I don't have the definition, I don't have the look that I want, but they've got a power lifter look because that's how they're lifting. So having a plan is Mr. Variety's reason number 1, and most other experts, I would say, definitely would agree with that as well. So let's go on to reason number 2. So I think I've said it several times on here, but if you're new, my main career job, I run a small personal training business, so I deal with clients all day long. So when I refer to my clients, that's what I'm talking about. So the first thing I do is a consultation, and we map out that plan. Once they agree on that plan, I got to have them on board or it's not going to work. So relating this to you, now you know your plan. Okay, I'm not lifting that way. Well, how do I do that? And that is essentially what my point number 2 is, like creating what you need to do to achieve that. And for simplicity's sake, because I couldn't give every example, it would take hours or days, but for simplicity's sake, we'll stick with that goal of building muscle. Okay, so you've realized you're not doing that. Well, what is a plan? If you're telling me mine's wrong, I get that a lot from our clients. What do I need to do? And that's what these slides are showing. So guys, please, please, please ask any questions in the comments because there's no way I can cover all this. My goal is to, on these videos, cover a major topic and how to achieve that in as short, condensed meat of what you need to know as possible. So obviously I can't cover everything on there, but if you could just leave a comment. I thought about giving an example workout, but there's so many based on if you want to bring your lats up or your traps up. I mean, I could go on, but it wouldn't be effective if I tried that. And I do just want to mention too, obviously sleep, diet, all of that is going to pertain to whatever your goal is. So when, because number three is setting a goal. So you might think, well, he's not talked about supplements. He's not talked about sleep. He's not talked about diet. I am going to post some diet stuff up here, but just to let you know, that is part of step three is setting that goal.